is Alan Brown, aka Bully the Kid, and today we have some subscriber questions. One of my subscribers reached out to me on my Instagram, which is IG BULLY_THAKIDD, and he wanted me to answer some of these questions, and I figured while I send this stuff to him, I'll go ahead and put it on my channel, just in case you were wondering the same thing. So let's go ahead and get into them. Kick that intro. All right, so again, Ruiz Production 5. I'll put a link to his channel, up and coming channel, in the description, so y'all can go and check him out and stuff like that. I looked over a few of the questions. I was like, those are pretty good, so might as well go ahead and answer them and stuff like that. So here we go. First question: what got you into music? My mom was the minister of music at my church, and I got my start at church. And I was on the drums originally. My mom played keys and she sang. So everybody in my family pretty much can sing. Like, it's kind of a family thing. So I was always around music, even from me being a toddler. So it just kind of came natural. And then my middle brother played drums. I found out later my older brother played drums. And I just kind of picked up my stuff from my middle brother, and it kind of developed there. I ended up switching to the bass maybe like 13 or 14 or so, and it's kind of developed from there. It's a crazy story about how I actually got the bass as far as that goes, but that'll be for another time. But that's what got me into music. All right, second question: who inspired you to make music? As far as from a bass player's point of view, the person that inspired me the most is Bootsy Collins. He's always been one of my main, he's up there on my my Mount Rushmore of bass players that actually affected me and stuff like that. So I'm going to say Bootsy Collins, but from a personal level, again, it's my mom. It's kind of, she went around to different churches, and I played drums, she played keys, and at the very least, we got that, and she held down everything else. So my mom and Bootsy Collins. Third question: how would you describe the music that you typically create? Most of the stuff that I create is all groove oriented, so I kind of center around funk, that genre of music. So I would say that I'm a funk bass player, but I play everything, but specifically I do stuff in the funky vibe. So what is your creative process like? So basically, I listen to a song, and either I learn how to play the song exactly how it is, or I use that as the skeleton to kind of make me build off meat to that groove. Like one song that's like, it's kind of old. Well, it's kind of played out now because they like ran it into the ground. But Uptown Funk, right? It's kind of one of those things that kind of make you do this. So I would take that drum progression and then add other stuff to it as far as the bass goes. So usually my inspiration comes off of listening to music or being around music, while it's happening. Who would you most like to collaborate with? If I had the opportunity to play for T-Pain, that would be dope. Lil Wayne's Camp, that'll be dope. Zero. I did some stuff with Billy Cook. Shout out to Billy. What's happening, man? And Swishahouse, SUC, Grand Hustle, those record companies, and T-Pain specifically. Like, if I can do some bass stuff for T-Pain and stuff like that, Lil Wayne, that'd be fly as heck. I feel like that'd be cold. Also, in a different vein, Snoop Dogg. I feel that too. If you can go open a show for any artist, who would it be? If I could open a show for any artist, with me playing bass for somebody else, I'd love to get into the maybe Drake as far as big names go, or of course Beyonce. But you know what I'm saying, in my vein of the type of music I would play, would I feel like I would be a bass player for somebody else playing in front of them? Would probably be like Drake, or on a different type of tip, No Doubt. That'd be dope. If I was in like a rock band or a ska band or something like that, and I got to open for No Doubt, that'd be fresh as heck too. Or the Chili Peppers, that'd be cool. Let's see. What is one message you would give your fans? I don't think I have fans, but if there is something that I could give to them, I would say, do this for the passion. Don't do this to chase money, because if you actually are passionate about what you do, your gift will make way for you. That's kind of biblical, but the more you love something, the more time and love you put into making this craft your own. Not necessarily perfect, but making it your own. Do it for the love. Don't necessarily do it for the money, because some people do it for the money and then they sell out and then crap music. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say. What would you be doing right now if it wasn't for your music career? Well, I'm an engineer, and me doing this music stuff is kind of like a hobby type of deal. It's been a blessing along the way, but it's never been my focus to try to make this a living, like me being a musician and touring around and stuff like that. That's kind of never really been my focus. I kind of have a family. I high-key have a family, and I don't want to be out of their life like that. My dad was a musician. He played for Little Richard and a host of other names that I'm finding out other people he played for now. And he was a guitar player. He wasn't around. So I wouldn't want to do that to my babies, because my dad did it to me. So I'm doing what I would be doing if I wasn't so involved in my music career, and that is electrical engineering. So where have you performed? What are your favorite and least favorite venues? Do you have any upcoming shows? I have played in Kane's Ballroom. That's one of the large ones that's in Tulsa. I played in the Toyota Center. I played, I can't even really think about it. They all just kind of run together, man. But those two were pretty big for me. One, because I never thought I'd play in a venue as big as the Toyota Center. And the other, because I didn't think I'd play at Kane's. I played next door at the Yeti whenever it was open. And I played in Vanguard in Tulsa, and a host of other places around Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and stuff like that. But me just by chance being available for a quick gig at the Toyota Center was kind of crazy. It wasn't the big stage, not like the main stage, but I was there at the center and I counted. So, do I have any shows coming up? No, nothing is planned, but Billfold is open. How do you feel the internet has impacted the music business? It's made everything a lot more accessible. You don't have to leave your house and buy a physical CD to listen to music now. Streaming is more the standard and what's kind of out there. So it kind of goes around the music companies. It benefits the independent artist a lot more. If you can build your own buzz, you can do that for free, and the internet is a vehicle that everybody's accessible to. So I feel like that is how it's impacted the music business. What's your favorite song to perform? I'm gonna say So Fresh, So Clean. I got to do a groove session, and then the groove kind of tended itself towards that bass line. So it was going, and then boom, I slipped the bass line in there, and the whole room went up because everybody knows that song. And MC got on, and he just started spitting the song Outkast. And so I did a slide out, and he was Andre, and I came in with Big Boy's part. So it was nice, man. It was fun. And they was like, "Oh, you rapping?" I was like, "No, that's Big Boy." What famous musicians do you admire? I admire, let me say it like this. The people that I actually watch and check out, big name, I'm going to say you know, Victor Wooten, Marcus Miller, the usual subjects. But on the outside, you have Scott Devine, you got Yannick Guazdala, you got Derek Benson, you got K-Base 1914, you got Marlo DK, you got Divinity Rocks, Cole Bases, of course Bootsy, duh. But like those are big names, you know, like, you know, with the Fleas and the Marcus Millers and the Victor Wootens, and you know, I know I'm Joe Dart. I'm missing a lot of cats that are like huge, but you know, Jameson, Stu Ham. I could do this, but those are a few of the people that I actually like listen to if I have some time to just kick it and stuff like that. That's who I admire. What is the most trouble you've ever gotten into? I snuck on stage. I was performing with a group, and I snuck on stage to play this dude's bass during sound check. He wasn't there, and I was available. And sorry, he came back. So what the heck are you doing? I was like, it's funky. I'm sorry. He's like, give me my bass. Also, before you do, show me that bass line you was doing again. So that's the most trouble, because like he was there with security. Like, who's this dude? Why is he slapping on my bass? I don't like it. Go get him. And then I started going, and then I seen the security come, and I was like, ah, crap. Anyway, I'm about to go ahead, and I guess I'm gonna get in trouble. But yeah, that's the most trouble I've gotten into. Other than that, I don't do anything, dude. I try to stay as low key as possible. What's the best advice you've been given? Be yourself. There's no sense in you trying to be somebody else, because, you know, the world doesn't have a you. So why would you give them somebody else's point of view? Be yourself. You are enough as you are. You have a voice, and you don't need anybody to tell you otherwise. If they do, then get them out your group, get them out your circle. You don't need that at all. You being you is enough. That's what I would tell. That's the best advice I was given. Be you. Don't ever deviate from what you are or the ideals you hold. Just be you, unapologetic. If you could change anything about the industry, what would it be? I feel like it's really hard to break into the mainstream, which is good because it kind of weeds out those that just want to do it for the bread and not do it because they actually love it and stuff like that. But if I could change anything, it would be how accessible other people, other YouTubers are to do collaborations. That's one thing but that would mess with other people's schedules. But like, you know, you do YouTube and you get a certain number of following, and then your head get big, and then he's like, oh, who's this little dude with like 20,000 views or 20,000 subscribers? I don't remember that, whatever. That is what I would change. The accessibility of reaching other YouTubers. What's next for me? I'm actually gonna be doing some more videos looking in depth in my bases, going back through the collection, because a lot of people have joined as of late and they don't go back and check out other, you know, prior videos. They just start at that point and move forward. So I'm gonna go and revisit some of my bases and stuff like that, do some grooves with some of them just randomly, and just kind of see how that goes. So that's what's next for me. Yeah, and that's the end of the questions that I have from him. If you have any questions or anything like that and you're watching this, go ahead and put them in the comments and I'll answer them. I'm not a corporation. I see every comment that comes to my page. And yeah, I guess gather them in a list and we can do this Q&A type situation again. All right. Till next time, I've been Alan Brown, aka Bully the Kid. Y'all be easy.